Lights are out and let's go racing in this South Africa versus Finland international race, and they are going to go line astern with Levicius and Panic Potato P1, P2, Kukis P3 and Martu, and well, a little bit of changing hands between the two Finnish drivers. It looks like Martu is up the inside of Misapala into P5. Gillard still stays in P6 with Ertux in P7, VSR Richard P8, JDJ and a big swarm of cars behind as well with JDJ P10. Chaz, oh, it looked like Chaz went a little bit wiggly in the background, and it looks like the Shadow has moved up to position there, but Chaz will fight his way back, and then Wolfie comes through as well. Shadow down into P13, Anatami at the back of the grid in P14, but this is a very, very fast and frantic start, but it looks like Levicius and Panic Potato have got a great pull away at the start of lap number 1. Needs to try and help out his teammate, and oh, he looks like he pushes past, and it looks like he's going to push on Giller and Richard up into P8 and Jaylee down into P9 as he loses out to the South African teammate Richard and Giller. So Jaylee down, oh, slight bit of contact, and around Richard goes to the back of the grid, and we're going to have to check a replay on that and see exactly what happened. But absolute carnage at the at the beginning of lap 2, Tucson.
It looks like Jaylee was just trying to be a little bit aggressive. It might have gotten a bump from JDJ. Yeah, that Constantina effect in that. Yeah, Richard spins around, can't get the car quite going the right direction. Yeah, very, very unfortunate for Team South Africa, but yeah, it's really early in the race, so lots can still happen.
As close as you like between the top two drivers, it does look the case that it is going to be between Levicius and Misapala for the race victory, which is great to see. You know, in the spirit of this South Africa versus Finland race, we're certainly going to see that in the last 10 laps. As Misapala looks to go up the inside, and Misapala does take his opportunity there to move up into the race lead, and timing his overtake to perfection on Levicius. Let's have a quick look at the replay of that maneuver as we were approaching the bus stop chicane. So got a really good run on Levicius, then pulled to the side and thought, do you know what, I'm going to go for this move, and as I said, timed his braking to absolute perfection. Levicius allowing him through, and Levicius maybe thinking, do you know what, we need to stay to the back of him now and keep the pressure up as all of them do come into the pitch. Jaylee has decided to go one lap further to inherit the provisional race lead with Giller as well. Giller with very little fuel here, so it looks like Giller will be saving a bit of fuel on this final lap for him on this stint. But yeah, certainly quite a number of the drivers in the pits right now. It looks like it is going to be a full tank for many. In fact, Levicius, interestingly, didn't put the 100% fuel in, actually saved a few litres there by coming out in front of Misapala, but it does mean that Levicius will need to save a bit of fuel here. Misapala, he will know that he can push to the very end, I think, here, Tucson. Where's Giller?
Oh, is he out of fuel?
Giller, I think he's still got a drop of fuel by what I can see, although he is going slow, so you could be right there. Let's have a look on the replay, see if something did happen to Giller. It does look like he has run out of fuel, but on my graphic, it is saying...
Look, he's going half throttle. He's massively fuel saving. I don't know if he meant to pit last lap, but that he was pretty much empty for this entire lap, so he had to do some intense, insane fuel saving just to make it back to the pits.
Are we going to envisage a race overtake from Ertux before we get into the bus stop chicane? I think he's going to hold off for the time being, but I do sense that he's going to go for... Oh, in fact, he goes for the move now with a late dive down the inside of Panic Potato and moves up into P3, Tucson.
That was a really slick move. He made it look like he was going to hang back going into the Le Mans chicane, but at the very last second, pulled out on the brakes at the absolute right moment. Amazing move from Ertux to take P3.
We have got Chad's goes a bit wiggly on the exit, and there's Shadow around the outside. That will turn into the inside line for the next turn. In fact, Shadow does actually back off because maybe not the optimal line there. I thought he may go for the old switcheroo on Chaz, and Chaz, he's not going to be able to hold it, I don't think, or he just about does. But Chaz, can he get later on the brakes? Yes, he can. And Chaz goes up the inside onto the oval section. They are still side by side, and a little bit of a clang onto the wall from Shadow, and he loses out to Chaz for Chaz to move back up into P10.
Great switchback from both drivers. Oh, we're going to get another move. Shadow going to the inside for Le Mans chicane. It looks like Chad's going to back off for the time being. Maybe try to have another attack going into T1.
Panic Potato, the Minister of Defence, such a good defensive driver, but Ernst will have the overspeed. He's going to have to try it around the outside, and is he going to be able to hold him off? Panic Potato later on the brakes. Ernst with the old switcheroo, but he's not able to take the inside line and has to settle back into P4. But JDJ now sniffing the rear exhaust of Ernst in P5. They are as close as you like. In fact, the four drivers as close as you like. You're talking a second separating the four drivers, and then Kukis is going to be put into the mixer as well in the P7. So we have got a fantastic opening, and definitely the last step on the podium is not done here as Ernst tries around the outside. JDJ up the inside to move up into P4. He goes wide and onto the grass and reset as well. And we're going to have a look on the replay on that because I didn't quite see what happened there, but they were so close. Let's look on board with JDJ right now and see exactly what happened. Was it a push from Jaylee? I'm not 100% sure what happened there. Oh, he just went a little bit sideways, and a little bit of contact between him and Paranitti as well, and that sent JDJ roundless. I may have to have a look at that again because that was still very difficult to see what happened, but certainly still very close between the four drivers. Ernst down into P5, Jaylee up into P4. He'll be the next person to try to target Panic Potato on the oval section. Also, Mr. Parla pushing Levitius on as well in P2. So there's only 1/10 of a second gap between the top two drivers as we start the penultimate lap of this race. Hold that thought now as they go side by side into the bus stop chicane. Jaylee's going to have to hold it around the outside, and he takes that position with a plump to move up into P3, Tosun.
That was an incredible move. Really confident on the brakes. Panic Potato did everything he could to try to defend against that, but that was really well done by Jaylee. Again, really great position of their cars. Again, there wasn't really much that Potato could have done, but he's got another lap. He could probably attack. He'll have another opportunity on the back straight, so this race is far from over. So
this definitely been the most important corner now. And it looks like he gets a good run on Levitius. The gap is still 0.3 of a second. Certainly the bus stop chicane is going to come into play here. This is going to be so intense in the final embers of this race. Can Levitius hold off Mr. Parla to grab home the race victory for South Africa as we come up to the bus stop chicane? Mr. Parla, I thought he was going to go for a lunge down the inside. Can he get a good exit? I don't know if he did. The gap is still just under 0.4 of a second. It looks like Levitius is favourite to take home the checkered flag for South Africa. Can he hold on to the race lead? I think he's just about done enough here too soon, but as we approach the checkered line now, Levitius is going to take the race win ahead of Mr. Parla in a second position. Jaylee is going to get the podium, the last step on the podium position in P3 with an excellent performance from him. And look at the train of cars behind. It's Finland, and Finland. Ernst's P4, Kukis P5, Martu P6, then Panic Potato P7, and JDJ P8. And I'm so sorry that I didn't see the Finnish drivers just behind because we had to remain on board with Levitius there as he took home the checkered flag. Anatami comes home in a 12th position. Well, what a fantastic race that was, Tusa Box, as I have lost all my voice right there. So Levitius was able to hold off Misapala to the very death to get the race victory for South Africa. It was an excellent performance for Misapala, who grabs second position. Jaylee did grab third position for Finland, with Ertsuks just behind Kukis in P5 and Martu in P6. Then it was Panic Potato for South Africa in P7, with JDJ getting in 8th position. 9th position actually went to the Shadow as well, in front of VSR Wolfie and Chaz for P9, P10 and P11. Anatami with the 12th position, and VSR Gilla getting the last solitary place in 13th position. Richard getting the DNF. So yeah, just a ridiculous race we had there.